Could you please introduce us to the world of the series?
The world of the series. Well, it's based on the film From Dusk Till Dawn. One of my favorites. It was a Quentin Tarantino script. Great characters, great story, great twist. And even then I had added some elements of like the temple, the Aztec temple, and the Salma Hayek character and the snake dance to give it sort of more Mexican mythology of vampires rather than a European vampire, trying to figure out a new mythology. And people really loved the movie. It became a fan favorite. And when I started my own television network, the first show I wanted to do was From Dusk Till Dawn, because I knew it could easily be expanded, and Quentin's characters have never been on television. So I really wanted to create twists and change it from the film so that as you're watching it, right away you can tell that it's different than the movie, but you don't know how it's going to be different, and it really surprises you and new character developments come out. And it would be a very concise journey, because the whole season takes place between dusk and dawn. So you know there's a timeline that things have to move very fast, and it really was a blast, and we're already on to season 2 already.
Why would you say was it the right time to adapt the movie into a series?
The right time because of the freedom you have making a show for your own network in the States and then partnering with like Netflix internationally. You're able to tell the story exactly the way you want. There's no interference from studios or networks. And that's how we made the original film. We had that, Quentin and I had that creative freedom to do anything we wanted. That's why it's almost like 2 movies in one. The series, we can take a lot of chances, and that's what audiences really like.
Does VOD create a new possibility to produce in a different kind?
Yeah, I mean, what I love about a show like this is, I mean, it takes place from dusk till dawn. So if you want, you can turn on Netflix and watch it from dusk till dawn. You can watch it straight, and you'll feel like you're in the movie. And that's like the best way to watch it, actually. It was kind of made for streaming.
Thank you. Could you please tell us some aspects of your character?
Well, I play Richie Gecko. You know, Richie's always been Seth's partner. Obviously, they're brothers, and they grew up doing crime together. And Richie was always kind of the planner and the thinker, and then Seth would kind of execute the plan. He's the mouth. But what happens is when we pick up with the series, we find that Richie's maybe not how he was, and something is going on with their relationship, and the two halves of the same whole are not flowing as well as they used to. And throughout the course of the series, we get to see why that is. Is it because he's crazy? Is it because he's being affected by some sort of outside force? So for me, it was just super fun to be able to play all that stuff, and you know, I'm able to do unexpected kind of things because it's an unpredictable character. So any choice that I make, even if it might seem wrong, it could work. So as an actor, that's just the most fun stuff to be able to play.
What are the reactions in the States? What kind of reactions?
Girls are weirdly into it. That's the craziest thing I've seen. Like, he plays a sick, twisted guy, and it's strange to see how people respond to it. I mean, obviously his performances are amazing, but it seems that you get every response under the sun. It's fun to watch.
Could you also please give us some features of your character?
Yeah, sure. I play Seth Gecko, brother to Richie Gecko, and like Zane said, they grew up together, pulling heists and doing crimes. And I think Seth's a guy that is used to having, you know, straight line, you know, having a plan, getting it executed, getting it all collated and done, and doing it smoothly and being really cool about it. But when we pick up on the series, he's been in prison for 5 years, so he gets out and he tries to go back to business as usual, but things are not working out with his brother. His brother's going through some crazy stuff, and Seth can't quite figure it out. He's trying to do things the old way, and he's trying to understand what's going on with his brother, and you know, he loves him very much, and he's trying to be understanding, but I mean, this is not the guy that he left. So he's trying to just keep everything together and keep things moving, but obviously as the series goes on, it just gets crazier and crazier, and he just, you know, struggles like everybody else.
Okay, thank you. Do you think that Netflix has become a new phenomenon, and why?
I do. I think it's changing the way that, you know, globally as a culture we watch our entertainment. I mean, I think it's simple. I think, you know, we used to have to wait. If you wanted to see a specific type of film or a genre of film, you had to wait a year or 2 years or whatever it was for that film to come out. And you had to run from work to get to the theater, and hopefully you don't miss it. And if you're into a series, this has happened to me many times, if you're a fan, you start watching the first 2, 3, 4 episodes, and then you have to go away or something. You miss half of the narrative, and you just can't pick up back into it. So the thing about Netflix is so amazing is now you dictate when you see the content. You know, whatever it may be, you can watch the full arc of a story in just one sitting. You know, and you can see it how it was intended to be seen on your own time. So I think we're spoiled now, you know, and I think it's changing the way that people are making films and making series, because you can make it knowing that your audience is going to see it in a specific way now. So.